I'm biased. Copenhagen is my own native city. I left it when I was 6, but I've been back every year since then. And one of my preferred times to go is at Christmas, or as they call it in Denmark, Jul. It is a wonderful place to be because the light has disappeared and it's been replaced by candlelight and swags of greenery. All the shops are dressed for this, what originally was the sort of winter solstice. So it is actually a celebration of the imminent return of light, but they're using candles and light to try to propitiate the return of spring and summer. Light has been incredibly important in Danish art, and particularly from the Golden Age, the so-called Golden Age, immediately after the Napoleonic Wars from 1815 onwards. From the late 1300s, it was the Kingdom of Denmark and Norway. If you went all the way from North Cap in Norway down to Hamburg, a distance is equivalent to Hamburg to Cadiz. That's how big Denmark, the Kingdom of Denmark and Norway was. But its subsequent history has been one of contraction, contraction, contraction. And it's very interesting to see how the art reflects this intensification of what it is still to be Danish. Eckersberg was really the founding father of a whole golden age of Danish painting. There are others, people like Christian Købke, who create a sensation when they're on view in London. But we're going to see them in their natural environment in Copenhagen. We're going to go to some of the great collections. The national collection, the Statens Museum for Kunst, has some fabulous art. We're also going to a very favourite spot of mine, which is the National Museum. My grandfather, who's a keeper of antiquities there, when I was very little, dragged me through the galleries. And I think that's where I got my interest in objet d'art. So we'll be looking at works of art not just as aesthetic objects, but as indicators of a nation that's finding itself.
And it's a bit like going to Salzburg at Christmas. I think it's the perfect place for Christmas, because at Christmas Day you go into this huge cathedral where Mozart worked. You feel that he's there in the size of the building, this little man running up and down, making things happen. And Christmas Eve, it's packed full. The Archbishop's there, the chap in front of him with his mace and his medieval velvet cap. And then there's the music from behind, that's rather special, plus 4 little organs round the dome. At the end of the evening, the lights go down. This is an hour-and-a-half service, and there's a rush to get in, it's so popular. Quietly in the side gallery, 2 tenors sing with a guitar, Silent Night, which was written nearby, and we go to visit the place where it was written. And this is an incredibly moving experience at 1:30 on Christmas morning, and then come back the next morning, and in we go again, and the cathedral's warm still from last night, and you hear the organ beginning to warm up. You hear the bassoons and the horns. They honestly sound like the cattle lowing around the manger in Bethlehem. And then the singers, professional singers, start to sing with their full heart, and people honestly begin to cry. It's very moving. It's a wonderful experience. Perfect Christmas place.